Here I'm going to show you the easiest, cheapest, safest, and quickest way to remove and install these insanely springy hood springs on old cars. The vehicle that I'm working on is a 1947 Chevy Coupe, but the same method will work on all vehicles with this type of spring. All you need is some 1/8 inch flat stock cut into 1.5 inch pieces. For these particular springs, there are 23 coils, so 23 pieces of steel. Close the hood a bit to where you can snugly put in the piece of flat stock without it falling out. Once you do that, open up the hood. That closes the spring, puts all the clamping force on the pieces of flat stock, and simply just grab the spring. I'd recommend using a leather glove because the pieces are a bit sharp. And you just pull the spring off of the little deal it sits on. Be careful handling these literal bombs, as I like to refer to them. There's a lot of pressure inside these springs when they're stored like this. The method for putting them in is pretty much just the exact opposite of taking them out. Just make sure you have the spring oriented correctly. So you can see I had to flip it to where the hook on the spring goes into the hole on the upper hood hinge. Then you just push it through that hole there towards the front of the spring retainer deal. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, between the fender and the cowl. After your vehicle's in paint, I wouldn't recommend using this material, the steel flat stock. Maybe try something 3D printed or little wood shims, as the steel shims would definitely scratch up your painted fenders. Now that both springs are in the upper hood hinge, grab a screwdriver, get a little bit of leverage on there, and pop that hook into the little thing it hooks on. Sorry for the bad camera angle. It's a little difficult to do this one-handed. Better angle for you. Just kind of leverage it in there. It might not seat 100% right now because of those little shims there. Kind of tap on it, make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Move on to the other side. You might have to twist the spring like 180 degrees and then put the screwdriver in at a little bit of an odd angle like that. You can see that's as far as it's going to go in because the shims are riding on that fender bolt there. Just kind of make sure it's not going to go anywhere. Give it a little wiggle test. And all that's left now is close the hood so it stretches the spring and pull all the little shims out. It's pretty satisfying watching them all drop. Now just open and close your hood a few times. Make sure your springs are fully seated and aren't going to go flying off into the abyss. And you're good to go. Good luck on your projects and happy hot rodding.